Chapter 5. The Arch of the Invention of Printing. What shall we call the 15th century? Let us call it the Arch of the Invention of Printing. Just in the very middle of this arch, in the year 1450, the first Bible is printed by metal types at Mayence in Germany. Bibles, we learn, had been copied by writing before, but now they were soon to be multiplied by printing, in spite of all the opposition of popery. That infamous Pope, Innocent VIII, whom the inhabitants of Rome derisively styled Father of the Romans because he had 7 or 8 sons by different mothers, was doing bold work for Satan in this century. On the slopes of the Dauphinese Alps, his hell-hound instruments chased the crowds of lowly Christian men who held Waldensian opinions into caverns, woods, and clefts of the rocks and slaughtered them. In this century, too, we have to chronicle those great strugglers for truth, strugglers against popish corruption, who have won bright historic names: Savonarola, a sort of half-Protestant in Italy, and John Huss and Jerome of Prague, who preached a reformed Christianity in Moravia and Bohemia. Thank God he has always had a pure believing church on the earth since the Savior appeared. I repeat, there has always been such a church since Christianity first came into the world, although it has often been a cruelly used and persecuted church. Not to dwell now on the Waldenses, for we shall have to meet them again, be it observed that the followers of Huss and Jerome of Prague maintained pure Christian truth before Luther began his great and memorable struggle for Reformation. And what became of these great strugglers for truth among the Moravian and Bohemian nations in the 15th century? They were burnt to death. Who burned them to death? Men who said that Jesus had never lived, and that Christianity was founded on the old fable of the sun? Oh no, the Roman Catholics who burned them believed then, as Roman Catholics believe now, and as Protestants and Protestant dissenters and Russian and Greek Christians and Arminian and Maronite and Nestorian Christians and all professing Christians believe now, that Jesus Christ was born into our world as the Redeemer of the world, that he was baptized of John in the Jordan, chose his 12 apostles, taught his great lessons of goodness and truth, performed his miracles, was crucified, and rose again from the dead. However widely they may differ respecting certain doctrines, the historical facts of Christ's life are held to be facts alike by all the sects of professing Christians now, and they were also held to be facts in the 15th century. How came they to be so held to be facts? Where did Christianity come from? We ask again. Shall we find it in the world in the century preceding the 15th? Let us advance again in our rapid passage or march over the bridge of history.